This week, this will be your go-to packet for all of your close reads of your texts. We're going to start by looking at this and reading through it together. The first page are persuasive writing sentence starters. So when you are writing your persuasive writing sentences for your close reads of your persuasive texts, it's always a good idea to have some sentence starters that puts your reader in the frame of mind. And these are some nice options. So the first section is the main body sentence starter. So your main body paragraph, instead of using firstly, secondly, and thirdly, you could say, another important point is, furthermore, in addition to that, it is also essential to realize, it is also important to note clearly, and did you realize? So you would use these sentence starters in the body paragraph to let your readers know your points about the subject you're trying to persuade them into believing or agreeing with you. The second section is introduction sentence starters. So this will be your introductory paragraph. This is a little reversed, so you would go first your intro, second your body, and third your conclusion. So for your introduction sentence starters, you don't want to start with I strongly believe. You guys are way more intelligent than that, and these are some nice hook sentence starters to get people really interested into reading your thoughts. You could start with, it would be crazy to think, only a fool would believe, everyone knows, it is obvious, any normal person would realize. How could you possibly believe, not believe, think, not think? Everybody knows. Any smart person would agree. If you have any common sense, you would know that. It is blatantly obvious. Blatant means it's like staring right there in your face. You can see it. So conclusion sentence starters, or the third part of any persuasive text you're trying to write. So we're going to use something a little more elaborate than in conclusion. We could say, to sum up, in conclusion, finally, in summary, to finish up, it has been made obvious, to review, it has been justified, all arguments prove that. So remember, first, when you're writing your own persuasive text, you're going to start with an introduction sentence starter with the hook sentence to get everybody interested in what you're writing about. And then you always end your introductory paragraphs with a thesis. And intro paragraph with your thesis sentence. And your thesis sentence is basically your main idea, your main point or idea. So that's how you end this. Secondly, you're going to list all of your points. And generally speaking, it's a good idea to have at least 2, but probably 3 supports to your position. So that's your number 2. Number 3, you're going to end in a conclusion sentence. So you are going to restate your thesis. So you start this paragraph by restate your thesis, and then go ahead and wrap up your paragraph. Go ahead and flip over now. Persuasive writing tools. So these are some tools to use when you are writing your persuasive text. Sorry there. Trying to get this a little better formatted for me to read. Erase that for you. And let's get ready to highlight. Rhetorical questions. Rhetorical questions are questions that don't need to have an answer. They get the reader thinking about your point of view. Examples, how could you sit back and let this injustice continue? Or, how would you feel if you were in this position? Emotive language is powerful, descriptive language that involves the reader and makes them feel different emotions. So you can think of emotive and emotions. And some examples of that are horrific, devastating, soul-crushing, terrifying, abysmal, joyful, ecstatic, thrilling, and adrenaline. Next are exaggerations, and you guys are really good at exaggerations. Statement that is over the top and makes a situation seem worse or better than it is. Example, if you don't do something, all the animals will die a devastating death. Or, just thinking about this horror makes me want to explode. Facts and statistics, and you guys are also really good at facts and statistics. They include information that has been proven and has evidence to back it up. You can use facts and statistics to make your piece more believable and reinforce your point. Examples are, on average, only 3 people die per year from shark attacks, or there are 160,000 fast food restaurants in America. Now, last page. Persuasive writing tools continued. So, alliteration is when 3 or more words start with the same letter. This captures the reader's attention and makes your writing more interesting. Filthy fast food, or terrible taunting teachers. Groups of 3. We use groups of 3 to reinforce our point and emphasize certain words. We use 3 words that mean similar things to each other, or synonyms. Awful, horrible, nasty, or thrilled, excited, happy. Inclusive language. We include our readers and make them feel like they are part of us by argument by using inclusive language, such as we, us, you, together, and community. We, as a community, need to come together to fix this issue, help us make a difference. And repetition, you guys know what repetition is. Repeating phrases, words, or sentences in a different way to help highlight our point of view. So, an example would be, sport is essential to our health, fitness is vital for improving our well-being, and we must exercise to stay strong and healthy.